something else. And for that, we will dedicate the second part of my presentation after we have some refreshments. Thank to yes. So
is it appropriate to ask a question about the first part?
You can ask it now.
This is just an observation. I'm sitting here as a Christian. Everything you said about Muslims, I could say about myself. Jesus is perfect. Muhammad could do no wrong. Going out into all the world is our Great Commission, and Muslims immigrating, that's almost sounds different words, but sounds the same. The best way is the Islam way. Jesus said, I am the truth, meaning the only, the way, the truth, and the life. Very similar. No circumcision for Christians, no circumcision for Muslims. Believe in God and you're Islam. Believe in Jesus, you're Christian. I have come up with as many ways of nicely inviting people to Christianity as I can. So I'm just a different spin of what's driving Muslims, I think also drives Christians. I'll admit that I'm not trying to convert America into Christianity or into Christian law, and yet, if we read our forefathers, a lot of their thinking was driven by Judeo-Christian principles.
For the Pfaff, I couldn't expect a better question. Why? Islam, if you really read the sources of Islam, mainly the Quran and the Hadith, you will find that 80% of the material is Jewish, another 10% is Christian, and the last 10% is sediments of idol worshipping religions which were in the Arab Peninsula until Muhammad started his prophecy. This is why the proximity of Islam to Judaism and Christianity caused the effect that the Meccans who lived on that time and heard Muhammad accused him that the Islam is no more than asatir al-awwalin, means the legends of the first ones, or the stories of the former ones, means Jews and Christians, because all he did is copy and paste from Judaism and Christianity and other religions. So definitely the resemblance which you find between the Islamic thought and Christian thought, and if you continue, you can find it also in some Jewish thought as well, definitely comes from the fact that Islam came to Muhammad through a friend who was a Jew and another friend who was a Christian, who gave him those ideas. The Jewish friend name was Ka'b. He was a guy from Yemen, a Jewish guy from Yemen. You know, in Yemen, you know, there is, until recently, there was a Jewish community in Yemen. They all ran away because of the war. But the Jewish community of Yemen started, according to what we believe, already in the days of Solomon, 1,000 years before Christ, when Solomon sent to the kingdom of Sheba the merchants, so they can be, a basis for the ships which went down the Red Sea from what today Eilat is, Etzion Gaver, as it was called in those days, all the way down through the Red Sea, to commerce. So the Jewish community of Yemen definitely was a very important one, and that man named Ka'b, apparently he was a rabbi who got in trouble with his community. So he ran away and found asylum in the home of Muhammad. And he is the source of all the Jewish material which is embedded in the Quran. Look, if you, let's say, read the chapter about Joseph in the Quran. You can compare verse after verse the chapter about Joseph in the Quran and in the book of Genesis. You can, there's the same story. Definitely copy and paste. So this is why the Meccans accused Muhammad that the whole Islam is no more than replica or plagiarism of Judaism and Christianity. So definitely you have a point by saying that these ideas already appear in Judaism and Christianity, definitely. Yes, he took much. You're right.
What was the gentleman's name? Kam?
Excuse me?
Kam? You said it was the Prophet Muhammad's friend?
Ka'b.
Ka'b. What is it?
Kaf Ain Ba. K Ain, which is a letter which appears in Semitic languages, and B. Ka'b.
K-Y.
K-A-H.
K-A apostrophe B. Now the apostrophe, the curly apostrophe with the belly to the left, this is how it was written. No, because there is a one in the belly to the right. So this is how we write it in the transliteration. This ayn is written by apostrophe, the curly one, which the points are to the right. So Ka'b, this was his name. By the way, this name means a breast of a woman.
Oh.
Because it's an important organ, fertility and so forth. So they had no problem name men in this name. And the Kaaba, the black stone in Mecca, which they until today worship, was a goddess hundreds years before Islam came to the world. Because this goddess named the Kaaba they believed that this goddess is in charge of fertility. And whoever will not worship this goddess will not have children, man or a woman. And her name, Kaaba, is also connected to the woman's breast. So fertility and the Kaaba and Kaab, all these names are derived from the same root. Yes?
But isn't it true that the Sharia law is what really distinguishes what the pastor was saying in terms of Christianity versus Islam? I mean, it's drastically different.
Definitely. Christianity versus Judaism and Islam is more of a religion of credo, I believe. Credo in unum deum, I believe in one God and so forth. While Judaism and Christianity and Islam are more religions of praxis, of commandments, which you perform every single day. Prayer every day, we bind the tefillin every day, we keep the Shabbat, all the laws of Shabbat. Many more practical orders there are in Judaism and Islam compared to Islam, which is much more religion of belief and credo. So yes, and the Sharia actually is all these orders which a man or a woman should follow every single day, because Islam has what to say about how you wear your shoes in the morning, which shoe you wear first and which is second, what shoe you tie first, how you tie your shirt with the buttons from bottom up or from up down. Every single thing in life is directed by the Sharia, even the way they bury people. So from birth to the grave, you are directed by the orders. Even when you have sexual relations with your wife, is also dictated by those laws in Judaism and Christianity and Islam as well. So this is the difference. Definitely, you are right, between Islam and Judaism, which are both religions of praxis, means actions, more than credo. And you know, according to many Jewish philosophers, it really doesn't matter what you believe in, as long as you obey the orders, because everyone has his own mind, everyone has his own visions, everyone has his own mindset. Everyone is. You cannot make sure that people believe in the same thing, because the belief is abstract, and God is abstract. So how can you know that even two Jews who were born together and grew up in the same family, they could have totally different beliefs? So the belief actually is not that important. What is important is what you do, how you behave, what orders you obey. So this is why Yeshaya Leibovich was the one who actually was the most extreme philosopher who pushed this idea that it really doesn't matter what you believe as long as you behave in the Jewish way. Okay, not everybody agrees with him. The Hasidut definitely works much more on belief and spiritual things. By the way, this is why they a little bit marginalized the orders, the practical orders. But Leibovitz definitely thinks that belief doesn't matter much, as long as you believe in the most basic things. But you cannot compare beliefs, because how do you know what the other one believes? You can never know. You see what he's doing. So this is definitely the praxis is much more important in Islam and in Judaism than the credo, the I believe. I think we'll drink something.